Hello everyone, I am Cyrus Hojani. Today is February 17th, 2011. This topic in this video discusses about how the youth should prepare themselves financially in these coming times. As you know, in a clip I made last week, I have criticized many points about the education system and how college is scamming millions and millions of people, which is probably one of the reasons why we have all this violence and riots and tyranny all across the globe. What I want to discuss about is what are ways financially that the youth can prepare for themselves in the many years. Now, of course, many as you know, we know that college debt and liabilities, unless if you are really sure that you're going to get an occupation in the law, medicine, or engineering field, is basically a scam. I think many of us for years have been told that, oh yes, if you have a higher GPA, a higher SAT score, you go to these top Ivy League schools, you're automatically going to make more money and you're automatically going to be more financially successful. In fact, they give you these statistics. Yeah, a person with a bachelor's degree makes more than a person without, or any type of degree. But that is false. I mean, you might want to ask yourself, is the statistic made up? Who are they counting? Are they counting everybody with a bachelor's degree? And you also want to ask, it's also, did the bachelor's degree help them earn a better salary in every case? Or even, of course, as many of you know, is salary the only component of financial success? You see, there's a lot of these myths and a lot of these facts that people are not aware about. And then we are all brainwashed and transformed into this euphoria or matrix that, oh yes, you have to just work hard and hard. You have to get a mortgage, pay, thousands of dollars to the banks, have all these payments that, like insurance and, all these liabilities you have to pay, car payment, not finding other ways to save, not finding ways to work with personal finance, cutting cost techniques. You've been told it's very necessary to save, which, your savings accounts normally for retirement or any other project that might lose its value over time because, fiat currencies do lose value month after month, year after year, despite the interest rate. And, a lot of these portfolios you build, has tons and tons of flaws. And a lot of these young people are just not aware about how to build portfolios. One of the things I believe that many people should do is definitely cut costs. And one of the reasons they can do, for an example, is really tone it down on the driving. See if you can live in a very walkable, transit-oriented neighborhood. And of course, a neighborhood that is not very expensive like Manhattan, to really cut a lot of your financial tyranny. And try to, if you can, look, I know it's difficult, but try to get work, experience. It's very important to understand the real fundamentals of the real world. And of course, yes, I understand it's very difficult. I tried many ways, especially me, in my age group, to find a job. It's very difficult. But hey, if you know somebody, if you have some skill, go for it. And try to get an occupation in a field that is booming. Like, the ATM machines are booming. I hear a lot of reports we're going through a cashless society. The mining companies, the commodity-related industries, a lot of those opportunities are booming. The security industry, a lot of people like Gerald Celente say we're going to see an increase in crime. Well, I guess there's probably going to be a higher demand for people who can install alarms. And you can find other ways to cut costs, like eating healthy organic food. Yes, maybe that may be expensive, but that can save you hundreds and even thousands of dollars in healthcare costs, because a lot of those GMO foods can get you sick. I'm telling you. And really, when you are creating a financial situation, make sure you build a system that avoids taxes. Try to avoid high rent if you can. Live in smaller homes that you use very efficiently, or try to get a roommate, so you won't have to have burden of higher cost of living. And when you want to make investments, which is very, very important in this scenario, please avoid currency-backed investments like mutual funds, 401k plans, these stocks or these indexes that are backed by dollars, yens, euros, and pounds, and all these other fiat currencies. Because even though the numbers go higher after time, the real value is sinking. This is not what they're telling you in these college campuses and these insane educational institutions. Wake up to the reality. Come on, And they tell you, okay, maybe it's a good idea to save, but what's the point when the value of your savings accounts sinks over time? Despite, if the chance that they'll hike up your interest rate. In these times, it's very, very necessary to build a portfolio that will rise and build strength and gives you emergency and insurance fund for capital, funds for retirement. You should be building retirement funds for many, many decades to come. Try to invest, especially in these times when fiat currencies are losing their values. Invest in precious metals or precious related ETFs. For now, not in a few years, because a lot of those ETFs, like SLV and PSLV, they probably are going to be dysfunctional, I hear, in the coming years. Or as another alternative, try to invest some commodity-related investments, like a lot of these, equity securities, especially mining companies, but not so fast. You have to look at, if the mining security has correlation to the commodity price, and not to mention that it's, not so far above the 5-day, the 10-day, the 200-day moving average, and also look at the fundamentals, the earnings reports, the price-to-earning ratio. And I know, these young individuals are brainwashed that, go get an education, being in lectures is necessary, avoid the debt costs. Hey, if you really think borrowing money is very, very necessary, at least what you can do is you can borrow money to buy some real assets. I would at least borrow like $100,000 and buy some silver, and that will really help you pay off the loan in the long run, So, there's a lot of these opportunities out there. One of the things I wanted to tell a lot of people that, I am aware of the National Inflation Association, a lot of the flaws they have in their documentaries, the biases, and a lot of their penny stock scams. And I told you before that I'm going to be interviewed probably by them. And yes, I am aware about them, but again, I want to tell them about a lot of the scams that's happening in the education system and what are ways financially they can improve and find themselves a new direction. I'm aware of the flaws they have that they have been rumored, but then again, I got to put my voice out there. All right, everyone. That is all I have to mention for right now. If you can, please subscribe. Thank you very much, and have a great day.